Hi everyone, Bernard here. I hope you're all staying safe and well. Welcome to my latest Citizen channel feature. Please, if you are new to the channel, push that subscribe button and push the bell notifications as well, so you know when these vlogs are coming out. And of course, do lots of stuff city past and city present. So please push that notification button. Make sure your notification is set to public as well. Don't forget, otherwise you won't get to know. But press that subscribe button. Please check out my links on screen as well for Facebook and Twitter, and also don't forget I've got a little film and TV channel on YouTube as well, so if you want to have a little break from football, check that out. And of course on Facebook and Twitter I will check every few days and follow and friend everyone back on there. And also don't forget I'll have a sort of links with Losing Business on Twitter. They promote city fan related small businesses, local businesses which need our help perhaps more than ever these days, don't they? So please don't hesitate to get in touch with me if I can promote or put some stuff out for you on one of my magazine vlogs, my city magazine vlogs. And don't forget, I'll always give a shout out to local projects or charities, etc, etc. Just get in touch. Anyway, please enjoy today's Citizen channel feature. Thank you. Today it's the One City Show one. This is episode 17 and probably the first one before the start of the new season, or the last one of the old season, whichever way you want to look at it. Recording this for the July 29th 2021. So we're going to check out all things city related images, some nice stuff, some funny stuff, some not so good stuff, and everything media wise and what's going on in city's world for the fans and the football team as we approach the 21-22 season. We just defeated Preston 2-0 as I'm recording this, so that was quite a good result to get. But please, before I sort of get into the meat of it, I just want to just a mention I've been asked to give, and it is my honour to do this as well. It is a little bit sad, but I've been asked to make a mention of this, so just bear with me for a couple of minutes on this one. M20 Boozers at Phil Carney 1, yeah, direct message me with some details about the grandson. He said in the DM, I'll read it out. Can you mention my grandson Jace Carney? He has crab or crabbe. I've seen both pronunciations. He has crabbe, which is a very rare disease. He was diagnosed 13 months old and is fighting really hard with it. It is terminally ill, but we are trying to get this horrible disease out there. This is our little England fan, Jace. Jace has been and continues to be an absolute warrior whilst wearing 3 lions on his chest. He's 40 months old, and in May 2021 he was diagnosed with a rare, incurable, fatal disease named crab disease. Crab has broken the family's heart, and all we ask is people know his name and his story. His page, if you wish to follow his journey, is Jace's Journey. Crab disease is an inherited disorder that destroys the protective coating myelin of nerve cells in the brain and throughout the nervous system. For Jace, the disease affects the muscles in his airways, causes involuntary movements that are startling and uncomfortable, feeding issues, restricted movements of the legs, which has led him to being unable to sit up and crawl. Jace lives in pain every day. There are many other symptoms that could later develop too, and he is recently off oxygen. An infantile diagnosis comes with a life expectancy of just 2 years. Every day is a blessing. This disease is so rare it affects 1 in 100,000 to 1 in 200,000. Our Jace is a fighter, I bet he is, and hopefully raising awareness of this horrible disease can aid maybe one day a cure, so no parent has to lose their child and go through the heartbreak that his amazing parents Emma and Scott have. Thank you. Well, it's the least I can do. I mean, I'm sure my love, and I'm sure all the love of everybody out there goes to this brave little man and his family. There's a couple of great pictures there of our brave little fella. But yeah, please give the page a look and learn a little bit more about it. I'm sure there's various support things, and if you do have any trouble getting in touch or finding the information, just get back onto me and I'll sort it out for you. And yeah, our best wishes and love go to Jason and his family, of course. Right, onto the little images knocking round. Right, we've got Gary James, yeah, shared a great image. I've not seen this one before. A picture of Franny Lee there signing autographs outside. Well, it's the players' entrance, which was next door to the main entrance. But obviously, if you're not as old as me, you won't remember it when it didn't have the sort of cage around it and the sort of bars, if you like, and it was just like steps up to a main entrance. But yeah, that was a good image of Francis Lee. I've not seen that. I'm not sure the year. We've got to say 1970s, haven't we? I mean, I think we're fairly safe on that one. I'm sure it wasn't when he came back playing for Derby a bit in the mid-70s, but there you go. So that's a great picture from Dr. Gary James. Don't forget to give him a follow and check out his Peter Barnes book as well. Don't forget about that. At Mike number 5, yeah. This did make me smile. I must admit, Mr. Giggs has obviously been in court, hasn't he? And obviously at Mike number 5 sent us a great image of a very unbiased jury. I'm sure they'll listen to the evidence with an open mind. But no, it did make me smile. That, I mean, you know, let's hope bad people get what they deserve, so let's hope and pray for that anyway. Jack Mitchell, yeah, he posted a pic of a great little find, a City 96-97 tracksuit. I mean, you could have gone back in time there, apart from some of the stuff in the pictures looks a bit more modern, doesn't it, with the TV, etc. But yeah, that's a great little find. It is about, you know, imagine if you took a picture of yourself in one of these tracksuits in the late 90s, but say for a modern picture. Very good. Looks in good condition as well. That, I mean, not something I'd buy. I'm not into that style. I mean, it may probably come back in fashion one day. I mean, everything I wear, I hope comes back in fashion at some stage. But yeah, Jack Mitchell, a great picture there. And can't remember who this was from actually. After this has been knocking about, I always like a nice birthday cake. I thought it was a great birthday cake. I mean, chocolate as well. What more could you ask? Chocolate and City. There's not many better combinations, is there, in the world? But I must admit, I did like that birthday cake. And just on the new kits, yeah, we had a couple last in the last One City show, didn't we? But yeah, Joseph Burns there shared his kit, the kit there. This little guy in a full kit, Joseph Burns shared that, so it's absolutely fantastic. That's his lad there in the full kit. So say we add that to the couple of others we saw. We'll see some in away shirts soon, won't we? And now the new away shirts due out any time now, is it? As I'm recording this. Yeah, Paul Ryder. Yeah, that's a great image, isn't it? I'd like to say it perhaps doesn't do it justice, but he was rightly proud of his gift that his dad gave him. I think that's absolutely brilliant. I think he's quite right to be proud of it. As I say, you can just tell up in real life, it probably is such a better thing than what we can see on there. But I'd love that on the wall or something like that, on a plaque outside, perhaps on the house outside. Yeah, a great image there as well. I just saw that a couple of days ago. I've not seen that one with the Copa America, is it? With our wonderful captain, our leader, who signed for another 12 months of course, with his lad and the Copa America trophy. I thought that was a fantastic image. So even though it's not City-fied, he is a City player, isn't he? So I thought I'd share that with you. And of course, I couldn't let it go, could I? I mean, there's been lots over the last few weeks. I've seen a couple of these about. I did watch the Preston game last night, and a lot of comments about the player Edozie, of course, and obviously I couldn't let it go. I couldn't let it go without putting up my little Fandabby thing. But yeah, I have seen that for whoever said it first of all. I mean, I can't remember who actually came out with that on Twitter a few weeks ago. I saw that actually, but yeah, I just thought I'd share that with you. That I put out. Say it's certainly not original on my part, but I think that's what I'm going to call him for the time being when he does play for City. I'm just calling Fandabby now. I'm not going to bother with the Edozie. And what was Pep Rain? I mean, come on, if you or me turned up, I mean, I'd get slaughtered by the missus anyway if I turned up anywhere wearing what he looks as though he's just dug something out of his moth covered cupboard, hadn't he? What he wore last night at the CFA, looking all battered. But I mean, how cool does he look? Even though he looks all battered, his jeans, I think his buttons are popping off. I know, good grief. I mean, the handsome swine can probably get away with it, but hey, come on. Yeah, imagine me or you going out like that. We'd have a serious telling off by our other halves, wouldn't we? Let's be honest about it. But yeah, Pep got away with it. I don't think he'll be wearing that for the league games, but for lets his hair down, doesn't he, for these friendly games. Sean Campbell, that's a great image. He posted a cartoon that he did of course, Mr. Edison. Oh, he's absolutely brilliant. I do like that. I do like a little bit of that. It's one of my. I might use that on and off if it's all right with Sean during the season when Edison gets a mention, which I'm sure he will. But I thought that was a great cartoon from Sean Campbell. Hope you can do a few more, Sean, if you're out there. Do us a few more of that as well. Onto the City website, as things begin to wind up for the new season for 21-22. Of course, the tickets are on sale for us to watch the under-23s in the Community Shield against Leicester City. I think Pep's already hinted at that, haven't they? So we've got 26,602 of them. I've just literally purchased mine an hour ago as I'm recording this. On my own, though, because my lad's a bit poorly, so he can't make it. But, so I'll be on the coach from the Etihad and down there, so I'm sure if I see any of you there, you'll come and say hello. That'll be fantastic. Of course, all supporters 8-11 and older must show evidence, of course. Either they must get a lateral flow test, negative lateral flow test, which is a bit of a pain, but there you go. Or, obviously, proof of full vaccination, which I've had my 2 jabs. So I sort of went onto the NHS thing the other day, and I think that I got a little barcode thing that I think had 2 days on it. So I assume if I go on it and do it a day before this Charity Shield, that'll do the business, this little QR code thing. So anyway, I think that works. I'll probably check over the next few days, but I'm fairly sure. I mean, I'm still a bit confused. Even printing the ticket off, I don't think my printer's working, and every time I buy ink for it, it lasts for about 2 goes, and you know how expensive ink is. So I'll have to find somewhere to print a ticket off if I need a ticket for that as well. So it is a bit of a nuisance, but hey, if we want to watch the boys, anyway, let's get there if we can, because it's been a while, hasn't it? I was there for the Tottenham game, so it's not too bad. I was there for that one. But you get there if you can. They range, don't they, from Category 1 is 45 for adult, 35 for over 65s and 35 for under 18s, up to down to Category 4, which is just 20 quid, which I bought. I bought one in the top tier near the corner bit, 20 quid. Adult, £10 for over 65s and £10 for under 18s, so that's fantastic. The disabled are 20, 10 and 10. So obviously they'll be dispatched as print-at-home tickets from Wednesday the 4th of August, so don't be expecting a proper ticket, you won't be getting one. And of course there's something called, I saw this about 2 or 3 weeks back, but some people say it's a little bit expensive if you go on it, but it looked quite quirky, you know, obviously the kids sort of thing. Fan stickers, if you go onto the City site, have a look for that. Raise your messaging game by subscribing to receive new players and emotes every month. Not too sure, so as I say, I'm not too sure about the cost of that, so be careful. As I say, it did look good, but as I say, they're going to start, I hate these things where you subscribe and they start charging you a fortune. But if you go onto the City site, that's probably a bit older. That was probably about 2 or 3 weeks ago, so you'll have to go delve back into the pages to find that, or if you can search for it, search for @fanstickers. That's the Twitter site anyway, @fanstickers with a Z on the end. So have a look at that if that's your sort of thing. And of course, a reminder about the Sitting Communities auction that they've got. That ends on the 3rd of August, so depending on when you're watching this, so about 3 or 4 days after this goes out, so be careful. There's still lots of stuff for charity there. It finishes on Tuesday the 3rd of August at 5 p.m. Of course, got Bernardo, Stones, KDB, got Sergio stuff, Diaz stuff, Guardiola stuff, all lots and lots of different auctions. So get on the City site and check that out as well for the City in the Community latest auction with the images of the City players. And we will conclude or continue our preparations for the new season before the Community Shield with the game against Barnsley now at the Academy Stadium. I'll be doing a full match report on that on Sunday, so keep your eyes open for that. It's obviously following the cancellation of the Troyes game, wasn't it? It was supposed to be playing in France, but you'll be able to watch it on City Plus. I've resubscribed again, see how long that lasts. They usually just stop taking the money and I lose it and I have to do it again. You know, it doesn't take long, I suppose, but it's just the principle of the matter. But I think Barnsley will be a good game. I think it might be a little bit harder than the Preston game, that's for sure. Anyway, so they did make the Championship playoffs last year, didn't they? The semi-final. So I think that'll be a good game against Barnsley. It's a shame John Stones can't play, isn't it? Hey, but there you go. And of course, the fixtures for the 21-22 under-18 season are out, have been released, and of course, City under the guidance fans now of new boss Ben Wilkinson will start with a little tie against those across the road. So that's an interesting start to the season, with swiftly followed by a trip to Everton. Oh, I've jumped out of my skin then. It's thundering and lightning outside, please. My old heart can't take it. Please keep going, keep going. So there you go. Yeah, followed by a trip to Everton after United. All tickets for all Premier home games are now on sale. So if you're not a season card holder and you want to pick and choose which games you want to go to, on the basis that, of course, half of these or most of these will probably change days anyway as it gets later in the season. You know, you'll Saturday kick-offs, so they'll end up Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, whatever. So just be careful of that. And they've had some pre-season classics as well. I use the term classics very loosely. You've 2014, you've got highlights of Hearts against City, Hearts 1 City 2, 2014 Sporting Kansas 1 City 4. I did watch a bit. It's nice to see some of the older players that we have left us now. It's nice to see them. 2011 they got LA Galaxy 1 City 1 with a 7-6 win on penalties. That was quite good fun. And 2011 Vancouver Whitecaps 1 City 2. So go on the City site anyway. There's lots of stuff on there. I do try and retweet stuff every day of what's appearing on there just for you. Yeah, not far off now. We've got the Blues in Business, of course. Keep supporting that at Blues_business for all City fans, City families, City-related businesses. Obviously need your support after this COVID thing. There's loads of things. If you look at any of my past One City shows, there's loads and loads of them. We do have a new edition this episode, I'm going to say this month then, but they're about every 7 to 10 days, so I can't say that. It's a kitchen bathroom thing, at Man City fan, at Tom Robbins, TomRobbins, at Tom Robbins, a kitchen bathroom specialist with more than 20 years experience. He's based in South Manchester. He covers Didsbury, Northern, Sale and the surrounding area. So give him a DM if you're interested. So that's a new kitchen bathroom with the City fan at Tom Robbins, TOM Robbins. And of course, there's some link. I'm going to put some stuff on screen there of all the people we've featured over the last few weeks. As I said, you go on, make sure you follow Blues at Business. You can quickly scroll down on that Twitter page and find all the different things. You know, from care homes and care services to cakes, whichever you want. So there's always stuff added on there by Blues in Business. So just check that. There's a few ats on screen there for you to look at. You can pause the screen and have a look through. And if you need information on anything, just as I said, anything on here today, just DM me if you need anything pushing or promoting or anything like that, or as Jace early on, any sort of worthy causes that you want me to give to a plug for, and make sure the knowledge is out there and people can share it and find out about these things. So just get in touch with me, or as I say, the Blues in Business, just give us a shout if there's anything specific, and we can, if you go on to Blues in Business, if you're after someone to do something as well, if you're just after a painter decorator in a certain area, just go on and see if there's any sort of City fans that can help out, and they'll repost the tweets, etc. So there you go. Make sure you do that with Blues in Business. Just a few little things. Yeah, Ginger Wig, don't forget, he's obviously always saw a great there's a South Stand t-shirt he's done. That's fantastic. And of course he's got he's you know, just go onto his site as usual, loads of stuff for there, including all the Sergio memorabilia as well. So I always try and give a mention to the Ginger Wig, and go onto his you can links to his site from there at the Ginger Wig. So I always give a push for that. Dan at Dan DANN_GFX, yeah, a self-taught graphic designer with a passion for football. Yeah, he doesn't do just City stuff, but he's got some great City stuff. Obviously we've got Torres and Nathan Aki there, haven't we? And that's all these things. Obviously, you just DM him and get in touch with him and stuff like that. Absolutely fantastic at Dan_GFX. So give that lad a follow, and you'll get to see. All right, he does other teams as well, but hey, some great City stuff on there. And I can't sort of get off the graphic side without mentioning, of course, one of our favourites we've featured on here before, Shikar at SG_designs_, who we featured before, but he's always added some great stuff. And again, he's got some great ones there. He's got obviously the mastermind that is Pep, haven't we? We've got KDB, Mr. Torres, and I'm sure there's many more. If you go onto his acts and have a look down, he's got some fantastic designs similar to the guy we just mentioned. So don't forget at SG_designs_. And a quick mention there, Ivor Anthony was trying to push one of his mates. Yeah, I think he does a little bit of guitar. I've listened to a bit of couple of his. Are they called riffs? I'm not too sure with guitar music, but at Just One Mank, capital J, capital M, at Just One Mank. Yeah, he's recommended that. I think Ivor sort of changes that because he gets into a bit of trouble, I think, which if you know Ivor anyway. But he's pal and fellow blue at Chappie1963. So I think we know how old he is, don't we? At Chappie1963. Check him out and give him a follow. As I say, he does some nice little guitar music, etc., etc. Just some interesting stuff on there. So if Mr. Ivor Anthony wants you to give him a follow, I'm sure it's worth having a look. So give him at Chappie1963. And I think before we go, is this the last thing now? Yeah, just before we go, just glimpse before I came on here at Grant D10, of course, Don Grant, the wonderful Don Grant, don't forget. Yeah, it was a young lady's birthday. She received a present, portrait from Don Grant, but he just wants to remind people that if you would want a bespoke commission painting for a loved one or a friend, just contact him at dongrant2003 at hotmail.com, or you can find him through his own Twitter, his tweet page at Grant D10 as well. So just to stick on the arty side of things, and that's about it this week. As I say, it's interesting, as I say, and give all those, just as I say, especially that thing we talked about early doors with the crab disease, and our young man Jace, who's what a battler, and that's all we can say. Just give that a little bit of time if you can. That'd be fantastic. And that's that for this week. And as the season kicks off, obviously there'll be more linked with the season and what's going on, perhaps with other fans and in the media. But as I say, we don't do things like transfer news because there isn't any. So I mean, if there was one, I'd mention it, but we don't do it. But anything you want to plug for, give us a shout, and I will put it on the One City show. And obviously it'll be episode 18 next, won't it? Which will be early August sometime. So give us a shout. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed that. As I said, DM me with anything you want me to sort of mention. That'd be fantastic. Anyway, thanks for watching. What we're going to do this day, have a great one. Look after yourselves, look after your friends, look after your families, more importantly. Let's all look after each other. Till we meet here again on the Citizen channel. Or perhaps have a flick across. Yeah, have a look at my film and TV channel. I've got to have a little break from football. I think we all do sometimes, don't we? Just seek me out on there. I'll try and inform and entertain on there. Until then, please, I only ask one thing of you. Please, stay safe, Blues. Come on, City. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.